So the NFL draft is already once again. It's already commenced. Not once again, but hello. So introduction. We have already had some few draft picks commence because they're all trying to write the stuff that shows at the bottom. So we're gonna do a little recap for you. Chicago Bears select Caleb Williams from USC. The Washington Commanders select Jaden Daniels from LSU. That was round one. That was pick one, pick two. Pick three went to the Patriots, where they get Drake May from North Carolina. The Cardinals, from round one, pick four, select Marvin Harrison Jr. from Ohio State. Then the Los Angeles Chargers select Joe Alt for pick five, Notre Dame. And then finally, for right now, the New York Giants select Malik Nabers from LSU once again. So Tennessee will be up on the clock. Atlanta will be up on the clock. Chicago will be up on the clock. The Jets will be up on the clock. The Vikings will also be up, along with Denver, Las Vegas, New Orleans, Indianapolis, Seattle, Jacksonville, Cincinnati, Los Angeles Rams, Pittsburgh, Miami, Philadelphia, Minnesota, Dallas, Green Bay, Tampa Bay, Arizona, Buffalo, Detroit, Baltimore, San Francisco, and then Kansas City, and then there will be round two. So the Titans are going to be on the clock. Probably the best prospect you can probably get right now can either be Verse, which they can probably get right now. You can get a good record. The Chicago Bears will be on the clock in the next two picks right after Atlanta's. Many people could be saying that. And there is something that everybody is more concerned about trading. So there is a few mock drafts that were projecting Atlanta to trade Indianapolis. My opinion, as a Colts fan, I don't think that's happening. I think Atlanta's going to keep their pick because they have already good options here, and I think they want to keep those. The Indianapolis Colts are just trying to get a tight end and a cornerback. No, they're just trying to get a cornerback and wide receiver. That's all they need to do because they're losing all of those. And then next, okay, pick us in for the Tennessee Titans. They went 6-11 last year as well. Is that Roger Goodell? Is Roger Goodell up? Or is the pick it? Yeah, the pick's just in though. L'Jarius Sneed did go on the Chiefs though. That was for a 7th round pick swap for the Chiefs, so the Chiefs can get that. The Chiefs are also very last in the draft due to the fact that they did win the Super Bowl. Is the only reason why they're last in the draft. The Titans did have Derrick Henry, but they lost Henry. That was their biggest loss. They're probably not even going to recover after that because they probably should have never traded Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry was good enough for your roster, and you trade your best player. No, I care about Will Levis, but still. Roger Goodell's up on the stage. Third draft. Titan select. All right, J.C. Latham, tackle Alabama. I have never heard of this guy, but I think he's good. I don't know why they would pick him. He sounds very controversial. Pretty classical pick, though. I put Bama there because it's a better abbreviation. Alright, the Titans will select
J.C. Latham, he is a tackle.
I'm guessing because the Titans might have needed him. No, I guess the Tennessee Titans might have just needed him. I mean, that was their option that they really just should have had. They really needed a tackle. That's all they needed. And a cornerback, but I think I would just do that in round 2. Or whenever I get another pick. If I can. Next up will be Atlanta, Chicago, and New York. The Jets, not the Giants. Giants will get another pick in round 2. So J.C. Latham, pretty big guy to get some tackles. His height is 6'5", pretty tall. His weight is 342 pounds, enough to bring a guy down for a sack. He's upper torque, firm base, and his bend and balance is pretty good. So repeatedly plays. He had great tackling skills. He did tackle a defender, according to a little clip against not Texas A&M, but Mississippi State. He is like almost so good at tackling people down. Only 2 sacks were allowed. And this is the only he was doing so good against a defender. He's such a good tackle. If I were Atlanta, I would not trade. I would get the best player available. Or a player that I at least need. Colts are gonna do their off-season workouts on May 20th. That's gonna be performed in Westfield, Indiana. I mean, I'm a Hoosier, so I like that. The Cowboys will also work it out in June. All right. So it's gonna be Chicago, New York, and the Jets, and then Minnesota. So Atlanta is up. If I need an edge, I would just go with Michael Needland. If I need an edge. 49-66 ever since losing the Super Bowl. Right after that, those are the win-loss record. The only reason why they probably didn't make it through the playoffs is the reason is because they lost to Chicago. A really terrible loss to Chicago means you can't make it to the playoffs. Even though Atlanta had a good start, a good middle of the season, the end of the season was really terrible. They have new additions with Kirk Cousins. I like Kirk Cousins. He went to Michigan State University, one of my favorite sports teams. So that's the only reason why I like him. There was another reason that I would have no other reason besides Michigan State. So playoff experience was in 2021. I'd probably get Burst. Great edge. At least somebody on round 18. So like 3 picks after the Colts. Yeah, that would have to be Cincinnati. Cincinnati's gonna have to draft them since they're 18th pick. Colson can get drafted. Jenkins. A lot of Wolverines are about to get drafted there. I lost a lot more Seminoles I see. What is WMU? Western Michigan. Wow. I never heard of a team like that, like Western Michigan, get on there. I've never heard of Western Kentucky too. I can't wait to see those small schools get somebody drafted. It's probably at least going to be one first rounder. I have a feeling one's going to. So round 8 is going to be Atlanta. Let's see what Atlanta does. Are they going to trade from the mock draft, or is the pick in? The pick is in. They're going to keep it on. They're keeping their pick. They're not trading, they're keeping. Okay, I would have been very happy if the Colts got that pick, but they never did. All right, let's see. We'll see. Roger Goodell. Michael Penix Jr. is selected. The best player available right now. Oh my goodness. Michael Penix Jr. What a surprise.
Nobody was expecting Atlanta to actually take a quarterback. I thought they were just gonna go ahead and try to get somebody like Bowser's from Florida. That would be a great option, but never did. Probably the worst draft pick would be Tennessee, but this is not a bad draft pick. We all know he's probably one of the best players available. He never gave up, and he got a whole lot of rushing yards against Michigan in the national championship, and they lost over. Still, they did very good. Michael Penix Jr. from Washington. He has 4,641 passing yards in 2022, second in FBS. Nobody's trading for Chicago yet.
And then, boy, he was absolutely surgical throughout his career at Washington. Had a phenomenal connection with Kalen DeBoer, his offensive staff there.
Kalen DeBoer was a great option. He went to Alabama though, so I guess Arizona's head coach went to replace him. So I think he's gonna do good with Washington. I think Washington's gonna have another good record. The only reason why is because the coach from Arizona is going to lead them to a bowl game. It's not going to be the playoffs, but it's going to be a bowl game. Yet, last place projected is the Kansas City Chiefs. They have no data yet because they don't know who's getting traded and who's not. They'll be round one. Nobody knows round 2 yet. I like that pick, Michael Penix. That was a great pick. The Chicago Bears are going to set it with 6 minutes. The Chicago Bears are on the clock once again. These draft picks take pretty long. I can say first round's going to end in about an hour or 30 minutes. Or 30 minutes. It's going to end first round. I think they're going to have to end like whatever I said.
Now, when you watch tape, you expect to see it all the time, and you don't. And you see sometimes he'll throw the ball up and really go and let his 3 wide receivers, who are all outstanding, go make plays. He doesn't take sacks, which O-line coaches are going to absolutely love. Does have some problems when he gets outside of the pocket, though, throwing completions. That's a little bit of a concern. But what Michael Penix has 6 years of starting experience, 4 in Indiana, which all of them ended season-ending injuries, 2 in Washington, where he had no injuries. And he's faced adversity. So the adversity check.
So they have Caleb Williams, and now ever since they have Caleb Williams, they've got another draft pick after a good trade. This was their first draft pick. Carolina never wanted anything. All they wanted was just the money. They didn't care to trade their number 1 pick. They never cared. All they cared about was their other round pick. Carolina is also not picking until the 2nd round, which is not a good option. The Bears could have made it to the playoffs if they passed Minnesota. They could have. I don't think people in Detroit are going to like that. There's going to be a lot of haters in Detroit because most of them are going to be Lions fans. Oh, picks already in. Denver will also be right after Minnesota. Not a surprise. What a surprise. This is actually the first repeat round
Really
picks.
nice pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The Chicago Bears select Rome Odunze.
All right, Rome Odunze, receiver for Washington again.
Okay, we're back to chalk, guys. We're back. The train is back on the tracks.
Back to chalk.
Again.
The only time he got off chalk was whenever J.C. left him for Tennessee.
The next pick.
Next pick is going to be for Minnesota. His next pick.
Success of that young quarterback. This does that. Rome Odunze now pairs with DJ Moore, Keenan Allen.
What a young wide receiver.
wide receiver trio in football. So, profile that they have on the board, big physical playmaker, expands the strikes onto the quarterback, and he has interchangeability, meaning he can play every position on the perimeter. So it allows Shane Waldron to kind of figure out.
Is anybody gonna take JJ McCarthy or something? Because he's still free. I think the Jets are gonna select JJ McCarthy. I think.
What's really underrated here, Keenan Allen, now is one of the great route runners coming into the league, and as he's been in the league, Rome Odunze, one of the areas of improvement is really fine tuning around.
Yes, another 2P. Another 2P happens. This time 2 in a row from Washington. First was Michael Penix for Atlanta, and now we have Rome Odunze for Chicago. So his weight's 212, pretty average. His overall is 91, athleticism 85, and production 91. He'll kind of try to taunt you, but he's an AP All-American, according to Athletics poll. So I pretty much will be happy with my drop pick. If I was the Chicago Bears, I would be hyped, because I think he's going to be good. So the Vikings, Jets, and Bears are next, and Broncos are next. Before we move into the playoff teams. Minnesota has just traded a pick with the New York Jets. So the New York Jets have just traded. The New York Jets have just changed their pick.
Shared a flight to Detroit with him. Good news is, no souls perished. And Odunze and Williams now land the plane in Chicago to begin a new era of football for the Bears. And this is fun to me if I'm a Chicago Bears fan. This sells hope. This sells optimism. And an offense full of firepower. Bucky Brooks is how they're going to get it done on the field after plenty of years of mediocrity on that side of the ball. Yeah, I mean, a lot of optimism, a lot of hope, and you should be excited about the playmakers that you have around the young quarterback who should flourish in Caleb Williams. You know, there's a lot of expectations, there's a lot of pressure on Caleb Williams to get the ground running. So this team should be ready to go. I like what they assembled. I like how they put it together. They have the offensive line. Can you take another step forward? This should be some difficult points on the board. Guys, we got a trade. The Minnesota Vikings.
The Minnesota Vikings have just traded. The Jets will trade with the Vikings. Really great, smart decision by the Minnesota Vikings. I like what they're doing. They have Sam Darnold, Aaron Jones, Trent Sherfield, Dan Finney, Gerald Tripoli, John Garfield, and more. However, they did lose Kirk Cousins and Danielle Hunter.
They just went up. They went up on pickup.
They went down a pick and they went up a pick. The Vikings were expected to get the 5th pick as a trade from the mock draft. The mock draft did not get that right. However, the Vikings went number 10. It went to number 11 and then traded for a 10 spot. They also signed a $4 million contract with the Falcons for the Cousins. They never wanted to trade for the Falcons for the 5th pick, and this is probably the whole entire reason why they wanted to. They might have a plan up for their schemes. Guys, watch out. Watch out for the Vikings, dude. If I were in the NFC North, I'd stay away.
Now going to be JJ McCarthy to the Vikings. Move up one spot, goes up in top 10 when we come back. It has been a hell of a journey.
And the Vikings are up.
The search for the greatest powers ever known.
So right after this pick, it'll be the Jets, Broncos, Raiders, Saints, Colts, Seahawks again, Jaguars, Bengals, then the Los Angeles Rams, then towards the Steelers, Dolphins, Eagles, Vikings, Cowboys, Packers, Buccaneers, Cardinals, Bills, and Lions, and then towards the Ravens, 49ers, and the Chiefs, who won the Super Bowl, who were not traded. They don't want to trade for their second round pick. Probably not going to happen until the midway through draft, towards we reach the 16th pick, which will be the Indianapolis Colts that time. I can probably stream all the way until midway second round or maybe start of third round. As long as it takes me time to have some free time, I would end at around 11:15. Gives me time to stream a lot.
Okay, so it took the final pick of the top 10. Let's welcome you back on Draft Center presented by FedEx to get our first trade of the night. It is a one-spot move up by the Minnesota Vikings. To do so, they swap the first-round picks. Jets get 11, and so what goes to the New York Jets in terms of actual compensation, a fourth and fifth.
I think they might get JJ McCarthy. I think the Vikings are going to get JJ.
To the Vikings for the right to have the 10th pick from Minnesota, which we expect to be the fifth quarterback off the board.
We're definitely streaming all first rounders. Definitely. Every team has to get a pick first.
Just one loss in his collegiate career as a starter in Minnesota. There with Kevin O'Connell. Got a special announcement of his pick for Roger Goodell live from the draft hall in Detroit.
A whole lot of special announcements.
To help make the Minnesota Vikings selection, we are honored to have with us the surviving mother, brothers, and nephew of fallen hero, United States Army Sergeant Zachary Ewing. Zachary died after a battle with cancer.
Wow.
Discovered
Yep.
after he was injured during his second deployment to Iraq.
Gosh dang it.
We salute him and thank his family and TAPS, the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors, which offers care to those grieving the loss of a military loved one. I'm now going to turn this over to Sergeant Ewing's nephew, Asher, who will announce the pick in honor of his uncle.
Everybody give a salute to this family. I think you should let the child announce it.
With the 10th pick
Uh,
in the 2024 NFL Draft, the Minnesota Vikings select JJ McCarthy.
I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! I knew it was gonna have that. I freaking knew! I knew it was gonna be JJ McCarthy. I knew it! What did I say? I knew it was gonna be JJ. I knew it. Aw, look at the little dog. Wait, why is he number 83? I don't know why JJ McCarthy's 83. That's weird. I don't know why, but I'm not gonna ask. NFL's weird on their overalls. JJ McCarthy should be way higher though. I know that. He didn't go to New England. He wanted to go to. He didn't get selected first, but you should still have hope for him. Next will be the Jets, Broncos, and then the Raiders. Then except the Saints, Colts, and then someone else. I don't know. I gotta read back on it.
his little memory box, and he goes out and tries to get you back for that. He can run the ball outside of the pocket, so he has that ability. He has the ability to really throw with anticipation in the middle of the field. I think he's a quarterback who does a really nice job of throwing on the run, incredibly accurate on rollout passes. And that could be some old school Mike Shanahan, Gary Kubiak, boot action stuff under center, because he has played the pro style offense there in Michigan. So I think this is the perfect thing. I like to do because Eugene shows his quarterback success. And Sam Darnold is not the best this is an opportunity to build around him. And Liz, what I like about what you talked about is winning intangibles and attributes. Yeah. We see it time and time again. This was a big time play. He made the plays that were needed. But when your team is up and going everyone out, that will call a lot of broad staff. He just knows how to see one circle.
It is not a lack of elite plays. It is a lack of volume of elite plays, and that is not of McCarthy's choosing or.
All right, so Minnesota will select J.J. McCarthy. He was the champion of he was considered champion of college football. The Jets are also up. They were going to go 7-10. Aaron Rodgers suffered a season-ending Achilles injury. That would mean that they had to use Zach Wilson first. J.J. McCarthy was national champion. The Jets have not won AFC East ever since 2002, where they were good. I think they won at least one title. The best person, I guess. Just take the best person available. I don't care, just take the best person available, honestly. Nobody cares, just take the best person. And the Jets also, to get the 11th pick, they wanted to get from the 11th pick. They're also going to get 129th pick. Nobody really cares about that round, but fans will. Fans of teams will listen to their pick and probably no one else. Because probably the 11th round sounds pointless. Pick is in.
Is there a chance they prefer?
Yep, the pick is in. Here comes Roger Goodell for the. He's gonna about to select the New York Jets pick. Jets have already chosen, and they were confident. Probably best person available. So I mean, they had that plan though. They had it planned. They literally just picked, bro. Don't have to do that. That sounds weird. Here we go. Jets means over the back here. I don't know how to spell that.
Following Joe Alt and J.C. Latham, and here he goes to the New York Jets. And look, you can't argue the need.
No, the need is there. Now the question becomes, do they play him right away at maybe a guard spot? But I don't really see it. I mean, you got Derek Tucker, you got John Sessions you brought over. This feels like you let him compete maybe against Morgan Moses on the right side, but probably most importantly, you let him learn from Tyron Smith over there. And I kind of like that. I like the fact that he gets to mentor with a guy like Tyron Smith on the left side, providing Tyron's going to provide that leadership. Because I don't think Fashanu is ready just yet.
I don't know how he even. I don't know. He's a Penn State person. He comes from Penn State. All right, so Denver, Las Vegas, and New Orleans are up now. So the Colts have 4 more picks, so I'm going to be pretty much waiting for that. I got my Colts hat, I got my Colts mascot blue, and I'm going to have to get my iPad to take some picture. Oh my gosh, it's 1%.
NFL draft. So the Denver Broncos are now up next.
My battery's about to die, guys. I've got to end stream. My battery's gonna die. I gotta stream again until it's actually full. So every person watching this, I'm sorry I'm gonna have to end it. The only reason why is because my battery's gonna die, so I'm gonna have to charge it until it's at least enough to at least